Gemini, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your general reading. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time. This reading may or may not be for you. This is for any major Gemini placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I do want to talk about some of the energies I tapped into before jumping in with the reading. So I feel like right now, the universe is kind of bringing you some tough love, Gemini, is what came through. And you're learning the art of letting go. So I kind of feel, expect some shocking truths to be revealed, some hidden agendas, some revelations, as you're kind of learning to release everything that's not meant for you when it comes to something that's been plaguing you recently. I kind of feel radical change is headed your way, was the energy that came through from my guides. And maybe you're going to have to confront the path that you've chosen and maybe redirect. And you very well could be dealing with some financial struggles, Gemini. I'm not sure, but or maybe you're needing to learn to lean on others as you go through major personal life changes. I feel like major changes below the surface, Gemini, that are rocking your world. It's this huge clearing away, Gemini, of everything that isn't working to kind of make room for something new. So let's see what needs to come through with the cards. I feel like a lot of releasing with my Gemini collective in order for a new cycle to come in. So let's see what needs to come through for you, Gemini. Yeah, because maybe you've not really been living your most authentic life, and maybe you've been wearing a mask, and it's kind of time to step into authenticity and to shift your perceptions and your intentions. And you've got like divinely guided change coming in here. You're very much connected with the spiritual realm, and it's time to confront a path that's no longer working if you want to tap into the vastness of these cosmic frequencies that are coming in. So I feel it is about a pathway of authenticity when it comes to your purpose and making those radical life changes. And maybe you're going to have to face some financial struggles, but I feel you really got to clear away what's no longer working if you want to make room for this new energy trying to come in. So let's see what needs to come through for you with the Quantum Oracle deck, the Ascended Masters, professional assistants, and a milestone moment. So there is going to be an event, a shakeup, and this truly is a milestone moment in your life. Maybe you're going through a midlife crisis of some sort, but I think, yeah, you might need to lean on somebody. You might need to seek some legal advice or some professional assistance, a counselor, a therapist. But I feel something's being illuminated when it comes to a contract that you're in that's no longer working. And this is divinely guided change. This is divinely guided inspiration, because wherever you've been at, Gemini, you've definitely been struggling financially and you've been emotionally bankrupt. And when you're bankrupt on the heart, it's really hard to manifest abundance in your life. So I think a good long hard look in the mirror and how you can change your situation. And I think you are trying to really figure out how you can make the world a better place. But you kind of got to transform your personal situation, and you really got to get honest with yourself. There is some big changes, upheaval coming up in order to get you out of this lack mentality, in order to get you to find your strength and your courage to suit up in that spiritual armor and to face any conflicting energies so you can step into something fun. So maybe you're the one with hidden motivations, or somebody that you're dealing with, a couple energies of a mask, of not being authentic. Hidden motivations about a family, or what you want out of a family, or wanting to leave a family. And I think you really have been struggling with a lot of dark thoughts when it comes to a new beginning. But I think it's delayed because the new beginning is in reverse, because there's definitely something needing to be cleared out of your life when it comes to an event, a shakeup, to break you free from something that's keeping you stuck, Gemini. So what needs to be cleared out of your life? What radical change needs to be embraced if you want to step into being the magician of your life and step into, solid, grounded, practical action? The Queen of Pentacles, the Magician. So that's your energy, Gemini, the Magician. So magic is bursting alive inside of you. So what do you need to do to have success in your life? What do you need to focus on? And where are you lacking that belief that you can be grounded, stable, and solid and manifest a beautiful life. Maybe there's a materialistic foundation that's needing to crumble to the ground. Maybe you do have a lot of love for your family and your home, but is it practical? Is that how you really want to proceed moving forward, Gemini? I think you really need to take a sensible approach when it comes to, you know, a reevaluation and confronting the meaning of your life. I do think, you know, things are progressing forward. And you definitely got to be on defense with the Nine of Wands. I think be prepared. Be prepared for a shakeup, a divinely guided shakeup when it comes to you activating what it is that you want in your life, what's right, protecting what it is that you have. Because there is a fresh new start, and you've likely been dealing with all kinds of delays, and there's going to be sudden, unexpected upheaval that will bring in positive change. So let's keep going here, Gemini, and see what needs to come through for the cards for you. Six of Wands, the Star, Queen of Cups. That came out right away. So victory is here, but you need to make a wise choice. I feel you're being promoted spiritually, and you got to have faith in the future, even if you don't see it yet. This is what you prayed for. This is what you asked for. Dreams are coming true. But there's a need to make a decision. You're juggling two options, prioritizing too much. Maybe you've been working too hard and working multiple jobs, and there's no balance in your life. And there's definitely a need to move on from that and to, you know, to seek more balance in your life, because you've definitely been juggling something. And victory is trying to come in. But you got to go through this renewal process first. So I feel this Judgment Day energy is upon you, Gemini, and it's kind of time to make that final judgment call. So I feel you are reviewing the past, and you're reviewing your current situation at the moment. And I don't think you've been happy where you're at, and you kind of know it's time to head in a new direction. And you've been going through an awakening of some sort recently when it comes to this deep inner reflection, gaining these insights of what it is that you need to move on from to create balance in your life, because there's no balance wherever you've been at. And maybe you're a very loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing feminine energy, and you've been receiving deep psychic insights, but I think you've been forgetting to take care of yourself, likely going through a period of disillusionment, maybe in a soulmate contract. So let's see what we got here, Gemini. We got the Six of Wands, we've got the Star, healing, Aquarian energy, and we've got the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So you might have some water in your chart. But, you know, you really got to decide what it is you need to walk away from. I think you have been seeking more from life than what it is you've been experiencing in a connection. And maybe, you know, there's been a lot of challenges within a soulmate connection. And I feel maybe, you know, it's time to choose to make those big life changes and to leave this home life behind you, to leave this soulmate relationship behind you, because I think it's been a lot of hard work. And I think it's created a lot of challenging times. And I kind of feel like you're going to be seeing that light at the end of this dark tunnel very soon, as you're being promoted spiritually to trust your intuition. And I do think you got a lot of love for your family. But I don't think it's where your heart is at anymore. And the energy is asking you to follow your heart, Gemini, to walk away from something, to change your priorities, because there's no balance. There's going to be a realignment. There's going to be a renewal. And I think the second you decide to head in a new direction, that's when clarity is going to come forward, attached to your life purpose. And in your heart of hearts, you know what it is that you need to do, but something's been holding you back, probably a period of disillusionment. I think you've been going within, and there's been this pause, this temporary pause, this temporary stagnancy, for this period of reflection to gain all of these insights as you go through this awakening, because I think you're awakening to a whole new light, a whole new way of being. And you are encouraged to embrace this new way of being, Gemini. You are encouraged to embrace your uniqueness. And maybe you're stepping into service-based charitable actions for the collective. And hey, when we do that, that's when balance can be restored. The good that you put out there always comes back to you tenfold. So I kind of feel maybe this was a lesson in paying back some karmic debt. But I feel you know it's time to make a choice. You've been delaying, you've been procrastinating. You know what it is that you desire and that it's time to move forward. But something was holding you back, and maybe it was a soulmate connection that you had a lot of memories with. And maybe this is going to bring a resurgence of somebody from the past, but I feel this exchanging something lesser for something better. And maybe you will be quickly making that decisive decision. And maybe you've been on the defense in this connection, but there's going to be an event or a shakeup that is going to accelerate you forward with great speed. So get ready to face some challenges, some emotional challenges that will create an unexpected change. And you might want to review your options carefully if you've got a lot of options coming in. So, yeah, definitely an unexpected departure. But let's look into this Eight of Cups, because there is something you need to walk away from that's created all kinds of emotional dissatisfaction. And very well could be this illusion of being entrapped in a family situation. I think you've been letting everybody think you're in this very happy marriage and you're not happy. I think you're very discontent. You're very bored. That's your energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You can't keep pretending that you're in an emotionally satisfying situation when you feel trapped. You feel trapped. You're lacking self-confidence. I think this situation is making you feel helpless because maybe everybody around you thinks that you have this loving relationship when below the surface, you're not having success in that false foundation. And you're afraid to take action, maybe afraid of what people will think of you. So you've created this illusion of entrapment in a false sense of security that you're needing to walk away from. And I think you're just so emotionally withdrawn. You're not even emotionally invested in this anymore. And maybe you've received some poor advice to stay, hey, work it out, work it out. But I think, you know, you don't even have any self-respect when you stay in a situation pretending everything is happy when you know you're feeling stuck and trapped and wanting to walk away. So I think you have been planning carefully how to take action to get out of this situation, Gemini, but you don't know how to get going. And I feel you've got a lot of guardian angel protection watching over you, telling you it's time to take action, to plan for long-term success, to let go of any pride when it comes to, you know, going in a new direction, working on what it is that will bring you joy and happiness. I think right now you're kind of career driven and you're spiritually minded driven. And you've been asking the divine for the answers, and you don't want this false traditional marriage anymore. You want something new. You know there's something better out there. So I think quit playing into the negative thoughts, because they are manifesting into real challenges, Gemini. And any fears surrounding money when it comes to leaving this situation, I think will only create more lack mentality. I think maybe it's time to embrace some self-employment of some sort, but let's take a look at this Two of Pentacles, because I feel like you know where it is you need to go, but you're kind of afraid to make that choice. You know it's time to move on. Yeah, and you've been playing into all kinds of unfounded fears, Gemini. You know it's time to birth this new reality. You know it's time to take that action to go towards your dreams and what it is that you desire. Abundance and prosperity is in your future. But you need to move on from something. You need to break free from these challenging times. Things will start to look up and relief will start to be felt in your life, Gemini. And this state of depression or ill health will be all gone when you decide to pick up and relocate. And you've been losing sleep over this. You've been all up in your head. I think you expect the worst. And that is likely going to create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Our thoughts are always manifesting and counter-manifesting. So release the worry. I think it's grown out of proportion at this point in time. And it's created all of these sleepless nights. And this is what's coming. You got nothing to worry about. You got so much to celebrate coming up here, Gemini. But, you know, I think you're going to have to close out this very painful cycle to step into this healing and balance. You're going to have success and you're going to have victory. But I feel right now the prosperity that's trying to come in is on hold while you go through this renewal and gain that clarity. So Let's take a look at this awakening. So I think you're awakening your leadership position within the collective is what I'm feeling with the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So this is where you've been at. You've been playing into all of these opposing forces, all of these conflicting energies with others, you know, focusing on the negative. You've been struggling. You've been facing challenges with the fives. And I think the energy is saying it's time to close out this cycle. If you want success in your life, I think you're going to have to step into freedom, and freedom is always a choice. You've definitely been going through a period of spiritual enlightenment, and you should be proud of the accomplishments that you've made on the journey. So I think it's time to walk away from the drama. This situation is no longer serving you. It's not worth your time, Gemini. It's time to stand up for yourself. It's time to find your ambition. To who cares if things don't work out, you know? Taking that leap of faith. There are no wrong turns on the journey, and everything always happens for a reason, Gemini. But I feel things are going to turn out even better than you anticipate. So release the struggles, release the fears. Stop fighting with the ego, because I feel right now you're kind of very detached in a situation. I feel you know that it's time to focus on maybe filing those divorce papers, closing out this situation, releasing this person that's no longer serving you, putting in those firm boundaries, finding your motivation to go after this vision that you've been shown for the future. And I think maybe you've been overly sensitive to some criticism. But I feel it's time for you to take leadership of your life if you do want that brand new, beautiful, emotional experience. I think a beautiful new emotional experience is coming. But right now, you're in this deep awakening of your psychic capabilities and gaining all of these spiritual insights. And I think it is going to take relocating to a new home to really embrace that new beginning. And the Ace of Cups could be self-love, and that's what the Empress masters is, self-love. So I feel get ready for an epiphany, Gemini, when it comes to planning, taking action in a new direction, because the divine is saying, hey, you got to be willing to make that choice. You're keeping yourself stuck. You're not wanting to see things at face value. You have been unwilling and unable to make a decision and to take action. And you are being guided to follow your heart and stop trying to make others happy, because your happiness matters first and foremost. So pretending there is no problem in this relationship, over analyzing the situation isn't really serving you. And I think it's kind of time to embrace a new beginning, a brand new beginning. And there is going to be a new beginning here, but you have to release the struggles. You have to be willing to release the struggles, Gemini. So I just got 3 out. I was going to ask about this 7 of Cups in reverse. So transforming belief systems, you know, transforming what a solid, stable foundation means for you, a shift in legacy. I kind of feel peace and contentment has a whole different meaning in your life right now. And you have been doing a little research. You have been digging, and you have been going through profound transformation and awakening of some sort, scorpionic energy. So I think, you know, you've been embracing all of these challenges intellectually, and now it's time to get back to honoring your personal beliefs, your personal traditions, and I'm releasing any pride when it comes to this family tree that you've built, and maybe growing it beyond that. I think you've learned a lot of wisdom in this lesson, in this transformation. And I feel this has been a milestone moment, a significant life experience for you. But it's time to embrace some change is kind of what I'm feeling. An unexpected revelation is going to be allowing you to break free from this procrastination that's been holding you back from releasing all of these old belief systems, learning something new. And although maybe all of these insights are coming in, maybe it is creating a challenge when it comes to receiving these insights. But I feel this renewal, a fresh new start, planning financial security for the future, maybe even coming into an inheritance, but tends to mirror endings, which always lead to that new beginning, Gemini. And I feel this was a big lesson in, you know, releasing something very codependent and toxic. it's an illusion. You're not trapped in this situation. It's an illusion of entrapment. So if you want to go in a new direction, then that's going to take a radical accountability for this situation, and then deciding to make those choices that will support your pathway to happiness. Releasing the lower ego. This is a relationship filled with all kinds of unhealthy habits and addictive patterns. And I think you've been going within, meditating, learning to discover what your true soul's desires are. And where you're at, I feel there's this separation in the energies. And as you keep developing your intuitive gifts, the uncomfortableness is going to just, be further and further and further. So I think maybe it's time to make an impartial decision, to stand up for what it is that you believe in, Gemini. And maybe you try to look at all sides of the situation and to be impartial. But, if you're not being, honest with yourself, then are you really coming from a place of integrity in your life in general if you're not standing in the light of truth of what's meant for you? So I think you've been in a period of soul suppression, dark night of the soul, depression, and you've been missing the point. You've been discontent and bored in this situation. You've been lost in all of this, reminiscence of the past. And I think there's going to be a wake-up call when it comes to moving in a new direction. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Libra, a Pisces, Scorpio, Judgment. I just feel like it's Judgment Day, and it's time to birth this new reality. And I think you've been putting it off, and victory is here for the taking, but it's going to require rigorous action. So let's get you a couple last messages from Spirit, Gemini, to see what else Spirit has for you. I think you've been emotionally unavailable for a long time, and I think the energy is stoic. It's cold. It's very uncomfortable is the energy that I'm feeling. And I do feel a major epiphany is coming in order for you to reconnect with your own higher self in the heart space. Maybe it's just time to get honest with yourself about what is going on, Gemini, because I think there's been a lack of honesty here. And you're definitely with somebody that doesn't really support you and maybe even makes you feel small. So, it's time to choose you. When you choose you, then people choose you, because I feel you're being asked to be honest with yourself. No matter how painful the truth is, the truth will always set you free. So reconnect with your heart. Reconnect with your higher self and your heart, and recapture your vitality. Figure out what really makes you sing with joy, because you are being asked to refocus your energy if you really want to attain this goal. Recenter yourself. Face these obstacles head on, Gemini. Know you will get through this, and just get really, really honest with yourself. I kind of feel a major refocusing, a major recentering, and a huge release. And that's what I got for you, Gemini. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.